What's up, everybody? This is NorbCam coming at you. I haven't done a driving vlog in a while, so here we go. On my way to meet 80s Broncos fan, my buddy and business partner Mike Lorraine. A little production today, so on the road for a few minutes. I thought I'd just do a quick little update. And yesterday was, well, this week was the start of the NFL Combine in Indianapolis. And during the Combine, this is one of the chances you get to hear from the coach and the general manager, who usually have been pretty quiet through most of the time, especially the general manager. He doesn't really talk much during the regular season. So both were interviewed yesterday about a number of topics, but of course the topic of Russell Wilson came up, and both of them pretty much emphatically said that we are not shopping our quarterback. Russell Wilson is going to be here. And you know, Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll spoke about his relationship, saying that, you know, they've been close this whole time. They've continued to communicate on a regular basis. General manager John Schneider, when asked about it, said himself, you know, that, you know, asked why, if you are not shopping the quarterback, why are you taking calls from teams who are inquiring about trading for Russell Wilson? He basically said, well, it's my job as the general manager to hear what other teams have to say, to find out what they're interested in and what they are thinking about. And he wouldn't be doing his job if he didn't at least talk to them and find out, you know, what's on their mind. So basically saying that I can't just hang up on him just because they say, so I heard you're shopping Russell Wilson, and just hang up the phone. That would be rude. And plus, you know, I'm sure that this is an opportunity he gets to chat with other general managers and whoever that he might be speaking to, you know, touch base with these other teams, find out maybe other conversations about other players. You know, it's not just about the one thing, but you might find out what their needs are. Like if you hear New York or Chicago or someplace that's, you know, Washington, that's mentioning their interest in a player and what they'd be willing to deal, well, then you start kind of maybe getting a little bit of a view of their cards, what they're willing to give up, or maybe what they're tipping their hand as to what they need or what they don't need, or maybe what they'd be willing to trade for something else. So, you know, I see that as, it makes sense. It makes sense to me. If you were to believe what is spoken at these press conferences, it makes a lot of sense. And they asked also as well, how's your relationship with Russell Wilson's agent and Mark Rodgers? And he said it's been great. They communicate a lot. John Schneider looks at him as almost like a father figure to Russell Wilson, being that he's not one of those agents who has a bunch of other clients. Russell Wilson's kind of his only client, so he really just focuses on him, which that could be good, it could be bad, depending on how you look at it. And so, you know, depending on what you see as, you know, sometimes it works where you might, as an agent, if they've got other players that they're, you know, thinking about, they might try to leverage a deal with one player to try to get something for another. That sometimes works, sometimes it works to the negative. In this case, Mark Rodgers is all about just Russell Wilson getting the best deal for him. So it's great for Wilson, maybe not so good for the organization, because obviously he's going to try to drive a better deal and they're not going to have much to leverage against him with other players to try to possibly negotiate that down. So, you know, it's depends on how you look at it. But supposedly, John Schneider has a good relationship with Mark Rodgers, the agent. So, you know, you got to take it with a grain of salt, these things, because I've mentioned in a video before where these press conferences to me are also, while I'm saying one thing, on the other side, what are they going to say anyway? You know, how honest are they going to be about things like that? What is this? What do you think about DJ Reed's most recent tweet? I may not have seen DJ Reed's most recent tweet. Maybe you can tell me what it is, because what I do know is that when Carroll and Schneider were asked about these free agents who are priority right now, that would be DJ Reed, Quandre Diggs, Bobby Wagner, who else? Dwayne Brown, and Al Woods. Those are some of the key names of guys who they have to kind of really, Rashad Penny. In the pressers, they basically said they want to bring all of them back. You know, they want to bring everybody back. Now, can they really do that financially? You know, that's the big question. How much room they're gonna have some room, but you know, what's gonna give? You know, if you do re-sign all these guys, well, it's gonna limit your ability to get new free agents to come here. If you're looking to upgrade a ton on the offensive line or the defensive line or a corner. And so it sounds great, but of course they don't have control over these, you know, unrestricted free agents. So all they can just say is they want to have them back. That doesn't mean they're going to get them back, but that is their hope anyway, at least as they're speaking about it. But again, you take these things with a grain of salt, because we've learned that what's said in a press conference one day can mean absolutely nothing the following week when something finally goes down. And then when they ask, well, you said last week that you weren't going to trade this guy, or you really wanted this guy back. Well, we tried to work it out and we were hoping that we could do it, but it didn't work out. So know that while it feels sunny when you hear these things, it could always turn 180 and they'll have a good reason for it, even if it goes contrary to everything they said the previous week. So I would love to see all those guys back. You know, I think Bobby Wagner being back at least another year or two, I think he's still got that left in him to still be productive, even though he's lost his step. But I just don't think his heir apparent is quite ready yet. If Jordan Brooks is the guy to replace Bobby Wagner, I don't think he's quite there yet. He needs at least another year. So, but yeah, lots to still be determined in terms of free agency. You know, the stuff gets interesting, because by next week, the combine's this week, and then next week by Monday is the deadline for them to, if they're going to use the transition or the franchise tag, which Seattle typically does not do. If they were to exercise that option on one of their players, they have till next Monday to do so. Then after that, they've got to get all their last chance to try to get any free agents locked in before it becomes full-blown, you know, wild west, to see who's going where and who you can pick up and all that. So, but we'll see what happens with that coming up. I just want to remind everybody, so tomorrow evening at 5 p.m. Pacific time, I will be doing one of the first of its kind, a members-only roundtable. So if you are a member of NorbFam, or if you choose to be a member of NorbFam before tomorrow, you can access the StreamYard link that will allow you to be a part of the roundtable tomorrow. Anybody can watch it, but if you want to be in it, you've got to be a NorbFam member. So looking forward to talking face-to-face with a lot of these names I've seen but never actually heard from. Some of them, who knows? I don't know if they'll all be willing to talk, or if they just more like to listen. We'll see. It could be a handful of people, it could be a bunch. We'll find out. But that should be fun tomorrow night to talk about all types of things, Seahawks and non-Seahawks related. On another note too, I'm planning to start doing some movie watch parties using one of the streaming platforms, and curious to hear what your thoughts are on what would be a good first movie to watch. Put your thoughts in the comments or the chat here, and I'll take a look at it and see what movies kind of jump off the page. Doesn't have to be a football movie. It'd be cool if it is, but it doesn't have to be. A lot of different options there. Just want to give you a quick update on my dad. I've been updating you a lot on his situation, and it's been a little while, but a lot of that's because he's doing much better. He has been home from the hospital for over 2 weeks now, going on 3 weeks, I think, and he is breathing well. He just a couple days ago, he actually went up the stairs and down the stairs, which was a big thing for him, and he didn't have any breathing issues, so I was happy about that. He still is getting around with the aid of a walker or wheelchair, but I think he could actually do it, but the physical therapists are trying to take their time and not rush him into doing that too quickly. So, but our goal is near the end of this month, we have a volleyball tournament. Both my girls have a volleyball tournament in Spokane that they always have come to watch, with the exception of the COVID year last year when they didn't have spectators allowed. And so our goal is that they will be able to, both my mom and dad will be able to come and watch, just like old times. And I'm quite optimistic that that's going to happen. So hopefully, the next couple weeks, things will continue to improve to that level. So rooting for you, Dad. Let's do it. What else? Let's see. I'm approaching the area where I got rear-ended. Hope it doesn't, knock on wood, hope it doesn't happen again here. I'm approaching about 200 feet above here is where I was stopped at this light, and this car just rear-ended me. I'm driving the vehicle that I got hit in. From the outside, it doesn't look that bad, but it did mess up the tailgate in the back. It doesn't really open and shut properly now, which is a pain when you have a van because you can't even really use the back. So it won't be another week and a half before I can get this thing repaired. So it's been a little bit of a hassle, but at least the car's driving right here. This is where I get hit. Bam! We got rear-ended. As soon as it happened, I knew, oh man, it's gonna be. I knew I wasn't hurt, so that was good. But I knew that, man, this is gonna be a pain in the you-know-what dealing with this for the next few weeks. Another update on my Microsoft hack. I have not been doing any Madden or any Xbox videos for the last few weeks. One, because I was out of town for a good chunk of time, but also because I still don't have my account reinstated yet. Before I left on my trip, I was reassured that I was going to get a call that would say the next step for getting the my account reinstated. It has not happened yet. The good news is I haven't seen any additional fraudulent charges on my account. That was credit card that was tied to that, so I think they at least stopped the piracy from continuing, but they haven't fully reinstated my account either. So I'm still waiting for that. Supposedly it's just one step we have to do to get this thing reset to where it was prior to the hack, but I am still waiting. So it's been a bit of an inconvenience. Playing Xbox being not a big deal, although we have been waiting since the NorbCam tournament that has been done for a couple weeks now or so. I've been waiting to put the finale on that, but I can't do it until my account is reinstated. So unfortunately, I'm at the mercy of Microsoft getting this thing back up and working. So, and once we do get it working, I haven't played in weeks. So I'll need to practice and get warmed up again, because I feel like, when it comes to some of these games, just like anything, you don't practice playing for a while, you lose your edge, you lose your sharpness. And now I feel like, geez, I completely probably forgotten half the plays that are normally like right on the tip of my, on the tip of my tongue and right on my mind. But now I feel like, geez, I need to get some practice back in to at least feel like I know what I'm doing again. But it'll be like I'm riding a bike, I'm sure, getting back up and going. I see the chats debating about Russell Wilson going or not going. It seems like the narrative out there is everybody outside of Seattle, or at least outside the Seahawks, seems to think Russell Wilson leaving is a foregone conclusion. It's not even a question of if, it's a question of where is he going to go. But I tend to disagree with that. I've been saying that all along, at least for 2022. Next year, they've got to, sometime between now and spring of next year, they've got to get his long-term contract, or at least his next contract, worked out. Because that will obviously set the stage for what's going to happen for the next 3 or 4 years of his career, determining whether he is here for the long haul or if he is going to move on somewhere else. There's a few teams that are going through that right now. Aaron Rodgers' watch is happening with the Packers. They're supposedly talking about, working out a deal with him. But right now it's a lot of talking. It's going to be a lot of talking for the next week, 2 weeks, as they negotiate these deals with their potential free agent players. So what else? I think that covers it. For now. So I'm looking forward to talking to all of you NorbFam members tomorrow. Of course, you can still watch, you can still chat in the regular chat as well tomorrow at 5 o'clock, where we'll just be talking about all kinds of things, whatever's on your mind. It'll be a lot of fun. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Today is Thursday, so nearing the end of the week, and more fun stuff to come. We'll talk to y'all later. Yes, Bradley Brady fan. I have to play It's Your Boy X, who I played the first time in our NorbCam Madden tournament. He did beat me. We had a lot of fun. It was a close, relatively close game for the first half. Maybe just made it that way. But then he ended up smoking me by the end. So, looking forward to scheduling that soon. I got to get this account thing worked out. It's very frustrating. Come on, Microsoft, help me out here. All right, have a good one, guys. Talk to you later. Go Hawks.